The representative has been a vigilant budget hawk during his 6 years in Congress, including during his tenure on the House Budget and Oversight Committees. He's been a vocal contributor to the great budget debates of recent years, focused on questions of how we ultimately stop the federal government from overspending while continuing to fund the country's core priorities and responsibilities. Representative Mulvaney has been a prominent voice arguing for fiscal restraint, balanced budgets, and honest budgeting that avoids the use of gimmicks such as emergency funding designation for non-emergencies. I've also discussed with Representative Mulvaney the urgent need to reform the broken budget process, which has contributed to the budgetary stalemate and recurrent continuing resolutions to which Congress now routinely resorts in order to postpone hard decisions about spending and debt. There's an urgent need for important reforms to the process, such as implementing biennial budgeting and the overhaul of outdated budget accounting concepts that have outlived their usefulness. Ultimately, my goal is to produce comprehensive and lasting budget process reforms that puts our nation on a better fiscal path. Do you believe that significant budgetary savings can be found by reducing duplication, waste, fraud, and overpayment? And what do you see the role of OMB in identifying and addressing these problems?
Chairman, I think you mentioned in your opening statement the recent finding that the amount of improper payments has now grown to historic levels. It's passed now $100 billion on its way to $200 billion. I think it's one of the reasons that the improper payments bill, which I believe Senator Johnson and Senator McCaskill also worked on in the Senate, passed on a bipartisan basis in the House.